I look at DJs like a bus driver, because a bus driver has the responsibility of taking a group of people that are traveling at the same time, but you have to drop them off at different destinations.
That's a good one.
And a DJ, you have the same crowd.
That was a good one.
Right? But you've got to know how to drop them off by your song selections.
Yo, this is Juwan, and this is CYON. And this is an outlet for entrepreneurs to tell your story, to get in the know, to relieve your stress, to create your own narrative.
Yo, it's Create Your Own Narrative, man. CYON. We here with a real exclusive interview. We got DJ Newart, the legendary throwback king, here in the building. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, Juwan? How you doing?
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming out. We've been trying to lock in this interview for a couple weeks, almost a month now. Now that we got it going, I just want you to give the people a brief about yourself. I'm gonna tell what I know. He's one throwback king. All the R&B hits you need, all the hip hop, everything that you need to listen to that we all listen to. This is the man who has it. Also a radio personality for 107.1. Y'all make sure y'all tune in weekdays, right? 9 to 3.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
3 to 7. 3 to 7. My bad. 3 to 7. Tell the people a little bit more about yourself, how you got started into this world.
Well, I mean, just like you said, great introduction. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to share your platform.
Appreciate you.
It's a very positive platform. I've been a fan of the channel, been watching. And so with that being said, the legendary throwback king, DJ Newmark. I've been in the industry for about 4 decades. I have Grammy nominations with my group, the world famous The Funky Bunch. And I've been on stages with TLC, Montel Jordan. Just you say it.
That rocked it out.
If they're old school, I typically have had some kind of interaction with them.
I love that.
And I'm just happy to be here and share my narrative, share my story. And, I'll tell you more about me as we go on.
And go on. And hold it down for the OGs in the game, man.
Yeah. Let me say,
that's what we
by
doing.
far, at 54, I know I'm the unk of all the episodes. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I want to bring a different flavor. I want to bring a different perspective. And definitely when it comes to music and entertainment,
Facts.
From a DJ point of view, I want to give
Creating
your
own
viewers
narrative.
a little something.
Creating your own narrative. So from what I read, you also are from Japan, correct?
I'm not going to say I'm from Japan.
You're born in Japan.
I was born in Japan.
Born in Japan. And then you traveled a lot due to your father being in the Army.
Absolutely. He's in the Air Force.
Air Force.
And so all my life, basically, every 3 years or so, we had to relocate to a different community, different part of the world. So
how was that growing up?
It was great to be multicultural. As you can see, I already got the Tiger Woods things going on. So my mom is Korean.
Okay.
And so even though I was born in Japan, I got no kind of ties to that
so.
country. So that's why I'm like, I'm not from
you're
there.
not from there.
Right.
You're just born there.
But yet, traveling the world, I think musically is where my brand as a DJ is different from the typical DJ.
I like that.
Most DJs are organic to the region of the music, however sound. In music, every region got its own sound.
Yeah, for sure.
With me being not anchored to a particular place, I was able to go around and absorb the different sounds, the different types of hip hop specifically.
And plug you in.
And get used to it. And then more importantly, not only did I get ingrained of where I was at, being that I was around military folks, cats from New York was coming, cats from the West Coast. So we had this melting pot where we was all exchanging music and stuff. So stuff that somebody in New York was hearing that maybe someone from California or Florida was not hearing, I was getting it.
You was hearing it.
I was getting it.
Yeah, you knew all the things before everybody else did.
I consider myself one of the true ambassadors of hip hop because when we would exchange that music, let's say you from Florida, right? We're overseas in let's say Germany,
okay,
right? And I meet you, and I hit you up on some New York stuff. You know what you're going to do? You're going to send that New York stuff back to your people and be like, yo, check this out. And next thing you know, now you're spreading the word.
Spreading the word. Ambassador of the game, man. Y'all better tune in. This the OG episode right here. This the OG episode. And when you first started, I read that you wanted to be a rapper, right?
I did.
You wanted to be a rapper.
I did. You know, again, with my generation, I'm old enough to say, you know, hip hop just turned 50 a couple years ago, and so with me being 54, I like to think that I was, you know, on the birth of hip hop. Even though hip hop can go all the way back to, like, you know, even a little bit before my time, it didn't gain the momentum that we all know it to be. And so with that being said, I'm sorry, what was your question?
Being a rapper.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. In a previous interview, I read that you wanted to be a rapper before you wanted to be a DJ, right?
Yep, that's true.
Did you have a DJ name? I mean, did you have a rapper name?
I did not. You know, I just wanted to rap. I just wanted to rhyme. Back then, it wasn't as lyrically advanced. You know, back then it was hip hop. So you know, I felt I could do that. The problem was I couldn't remember, and even to this day, I got a bad memorization. So in order to be an MC, you gotta remember what you wrote, you know, and so that's what kind of stopped me. And then, what, you know, egged me to be a DJ was everybody was rapping. Why? Because it's cheap, right? You don't need equipment, you don't need money to rap. You just gotta have a good memory, right? And know how to rhyme, bird, word, you know, stuff like that. And so I was like, well, okay. My father was into music big time, so he had some equipment, not bona fide DJ equipment, but he had equipment.
I like that.
And I was able to kind of, you know, take some of that. And I noticed that being that there weren't many DJs or people playing music, right? There were more people rapping. I instantly became popular. And so just one thing kind of led to another, got more equipment, blah, blah, blah.
You led here.
Yeah.
How did you get the name DJ Newmark?
There is a line of now DJ equipment called Newmark.
All right.
But it's actually spelled N-U something, Newmark.
You just knew you didn't want to go that route.
And I didn't want to copyright that, right?
You didn't want to go that
there
route.
actually is a DJ out there, shout out to DJ Newmark, who spelled it that way. But I wanted to put a spin on it. So instead of going N-U, I did N-E-W, M-A-R-K. A lot of people think that Mark is actually my government name. And
you had me fooled for a minute.
No, it's not.
That's Lord.
And so I always said to myself that if I ever did anything notable with this DJ thing, I will always pay homage to the equipment that I tore up.
That you had to put that work in.
I tore that shit up. I tore it up.
You had to put that work in.
Yeah.
And when did you know that for yourself that you could take DJ seriously? Being a DJ, being a personality, you knew that you could take it and go through the roof with it.
My first gig, I guess you can say, was in middle school.
Okay.
So, again, music is generational.
Facts.
Right? Every generation had theirs. You know, rock and roll had their generation, big band, you know, big swings had their generation, and so forth. So, I remember being in my middle school and we had a dance, right? And nobody was dancing because we had this, from what he appeared to be old. He might have been in his late 20s or whatever, but we felt we had this old dude and he was playing like the Bee Gees, Donna Summer. Like we were looking for LL Cool J, Run DMC, the stuff that we listened to. And he didn't have it, right? So that motivated me to say, you know what? Well, I know what we like. And so I went to the principal and I was like, you wonder why nobody's coming to these events? Because you're not playing, you know. So he was like, well, you want to do it? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Because, you know, that the school had their own sound system and stuff, right?
All you had to do was come hook up.
And that's all it took. I did that one little dance, whatever it was called. Everybody loved it. And you know, there's nothing, Juwan, more as a performer to see the energy that you putting out being received and give it back. Yeah.
I like that. And then I think that just answered all the other questions I had when it came down to, like, how does it make you feel to see that everybody reacted to you putting the motion in, you getting the crowd going? How does that make you feel as a person?
Yeah, it's a lot of power, man. It's a lot of power. You know what they say, with power, you know, comes responsibility. And you know, some people not cut out for that responsibility. I personally, you know, you got to know you're not playing for yourself. there's a lot of music that I would want to play. But if I'm reading the crowd, reading the room, I gotta know I gotta play, you know, certain cuts.
Change it.
I gotta change it up because I'm in a service situation, right, where I have to service, and it's a great feeling.
And let's just talk about the DJ, the importance of DJs. The importance of DJs when it comes down to breaking records, making artists, controlling the club, controlling the environment. Can you let the people know what's the importance of a DJ? Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. And I have asked every DJ that question, and everybody's gave me their own narrative, but I know yours is going to be more detailed because you're coming from a big transition from how they did it back then to now. So you done seen the game in the full.
Yeah, let me just say this. You've had, you know, several DJs come on the show, which I all respect. Shout out to the DJs.
Shout out.
I'll just say this. I look at DJs like a bus driver, because a bus driver has the responsibility of taking a group of people that are traveling at the same time, but you have to drop them off at different destinations.
That's a good one.
And a DJ, you have the same crowd.
That was a good one.
Right? But you've got to know how to drop them off by your song selections. Okay? And I think one of the lost arts in being a DJ is that people aren't understanding that you have to have diversity, and you have to be a master at blending and delivering that diversity to a mass, almost like COVID, right? You got to just, you know, COVID here, give COVID there. I don't care what you look like. You get COVID. And so, again, not that the DJs don't do that, but you know, it just seems like there's just an art form that's lost. Even with just regular music.
Yeah.
Like here's something that I'll post for you and all your viewers to kind of solidify my point.
Okay.
In the 90s when I was coming out, right, professionally, we had artists that was on the Billboard 100 still charting, that was in the ages of 40s and 50s. Okay. Right? Yeah. Name me one artist in hip hop and R&B that's charting right now that's over the age of 40. I'll wait. You see what I'm saying? Something has changed throughout the years from generations, right? So I'm Gen X, so there's 2 generations after me. You got the millennials and Gen Zs.
We the millennials, right?
Millennials. Yeah, y'all millennial. Yeah, he's a
Gen Z.
He's a Z. And it just seems like with every generation with music, not that it's bad or good, but the evolution has the DNA has changed. It's almost like if you ask somebody that's a Gen Zer right now, who's your favorite character in Roots? A lot of them won't know what Roots is.
They're not answering that.
But my generation, we remember they used to play Roots.
In
Black
school.
History, yeah. And in Black History Month, it would take over the TV for 2 weeks. And we would hate it because all of our favorite TV shows would be gone because they would play Roots. So you had Kunta Kinte, Chicken George, the whole nine, right? So again, it's much like what I said. You know, through a time we've lost some things. Yeah. But it's platforms like this that helps me kind of remind everybody where you came from.
Do you feel like that's on purpose, that the people, like the way the system is set up, that they're trying to get rid of our history? Or we're not embracing where we came from?
I think it could be a combination.
Both.
It's who has the responsibility to make sure that our history don't get lost? We do. And are we exercising that responsibility to the fullest would be the question. Because you can't blame a Gen Zer for not knowing what they don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, facts.
All right?
That's true.
And as an OG in the music industry, one thing that I love to do is I love to talk to younger artists that are willing to take the feedback. You know, they're as a DJ, for example, when I started hip hop, if you do your homework, it started with the DJ.
Yeah, facts.
Right?
Facts.
And then what happened was those rappers was like, yo, that's dope what you doing over there. Let me get on that. And the DJ like, yeah, get on that. And next thing you know, some very lyrically advanced stuff started coming out. So the focus shifted from the DJ to the MC, right? So now, well, I ain't gonna say now, let me back up a little bit more. Then as the music evolved, the MC was up front, the DJ's in the back, but the DJ's still there, right? Now, in 2025, all you entertainers out there, where's your DJ? Tell me the last time you went to a show and they had a DJ there. I ain't talking about somebody who's controlling the sound. Yeah. I'm talking about somebody that was really on stage with them. And the DJ don't have to be doing a lot of stuff, but it's part of the aesthetics, part of the show. You won't see it.
Yeah. Oof. They trying to take out the process almost. It's like plug and play. Bring your computer and let's just do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, with being a DJ or being a producer or being an artist, you know, and I don't want to steal your thunder if you were going to go there, but technology is a good thing. I just believe that when it comes to music, I mean, that's why you call them artists, right? There's an art form there. Yeah. And I think that as technology advances and it's easier to put music out or content.
Everybody think they can do it.
And I just think that the quality gets saturated and gets diluted.
I agree.
You know, again, not that it's a good thing, bad thing. I'm not saying none of that.
Just
but
what we're seeing at this moment.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, again, I come from an era where you just couldn't rap. You had to dance too.
Yeah, you had to do everything.
Show me an entertainer right now in the 561 that's dancing. Not gonna find it, right?
Nah, you
So
ain't going like that.
there's an entertainment aspect
of what's going on.
That's and I don't want to say consciously that whoever they is, that are trying to eliminate it, but it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's on for us to take initiative to be able to bring that culture back. Because it was funny, I seen something on TikTok where people were saying like it's no such thing as a dance floor anymore in the club.
I like that. Whoever said that.
It's no such thing as a dance floor no more in the club. It's just a bunch of sections, a bunch of bottles, a bunch of people standing around looking at each other. Everybody on demon time. Nobody enjoying themselves.
Yeah, whoever said that. Salute to them.
So how has that switched? Have you did any clubs recently?
No.
Good, don't do it.
I'm kind of, you know, not that I wouldn't. It's just that my brand has kind of evolved from an audience of, 200 would be in a club maybe, to 20,000 people. I mean.
And that's got to be shell-shocking. Do you remember the first time you did a show with that many people, how that felt? And do you know where it was?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I was in Germany, and it was about 25,000 people. The interesting thing about that was that these were people who didn't even understand English, right? I'm not even talking about as a second language. I'm just talking about like the records.
They understood
because we had such a global appeal, they understood every word. Maybe didn't know the meaning, right?
They understood it.
But they understood it, and they were able to chant it. And that, to me, was mind-blowing, that I could be in a foreign land where they don't understand the music, but the amount of energy and support that they was given to the music and to the culture
was amazing. And then you can say, what about when you do a show here? Do you think you receive that same energy?
No. Again, I love our country, but the reality is this. Earlier, I talked about how music is regional.
Yeah.
Right? Being that it's our culture, we are very nitpicky. Okay? When you go overseas, they're just happy that you're an American.
Yeah.
They're just happy that you're black.
They're embracing that.
They embracing the culture to whoever comes out there and is willing to share it.
I like that.
And so that's where you get that crazy. Why do you think Michael Jackson and them didn't like performing in the United States? They were always overseas.
Yeah.
The love that you get overseas is unmatched. It's unmatched.
Yeah, make sure when you go overseas, we get our passports, bro, so we can film this, so we can bring it back. We can bring back the proof. We can bring back the proof.
Film crew.
We can bring back the proof.
Definitely.
And also being a legend in the DJ game, you're also a radio personality. How did you get into that? Was that something that stumbled upon you doing the DJ game, or how did that come across?
Yeah, COVID was what allowed me that opportunity. I never really thought of myself as being a broadcaster. But as we all know, the world stopped during COVID, and I was at the height of tours and things, and we always trying to figure out what we were going to do, which kind of brings up a regret that I'll bring up a little later. So that opportunity was posed to me, and I was very hesitant to do it, not because of me talking on the radio and talking to callers and things of that nature. Never that. My thing was I have a mix show that's integrated. So I have a 30-minute mix show where I get to be a DJ, not a radio personality.
Do your thing.
Where I get to do my thing. And as a performer, I depend 100% on the feedback of the energy that I get from the audience. So now I'm DJing for a faceless audience,
virtual,
which was hard because I didn't know, like, if I'm staying on a song too long and now people are switching their channels or whatever. But I'm very proud to say that our radio station, specifically during my show, averages 21,000 listeners per hour.
That's love.
Okay, per
That's
hour.
Love. We're giving that.
And being that we're on the internet, we simulcast live. So I have people in the UK tapping in to the DJ Newmark experience. I have people in Asia tapping in. I had someone in Pakistan even tapping in.
That's love.
So, yeah.
That's love. I know that. I can imagine when you see that come through. Whoa, in Pakistan, you looking at me. You looking at me too. What do you enjoy most about being on the radio?
Connecting with the community. Juwan, I tell you, when I'm doing my DJ stuff as an entertainer, honestly, I'm not very well connected to the 561. I'm traveling all over. But whenever I'm on the airwaves, it's exclusively to the 561. So people that are calling in, people that I interact with on our Instagrams or whatever with the radio station, I find that to be so satisfying because I do want to say, there's other radio stations that we can hear in the 561, but they're not here. Yeah. They're remote somewhere, and they're recording that stuff, and it gets funneled in. Yeah. So I like it when, on those few occasions, I'm in Publix or Walmart, and somebody be like, DJ Newmark? I'm like, yeah,
They know exactly
or
what it is.
Or in the mall. Yeah, and so that, to me, man, is the best thing about being in the radio for West Palm.
West Palm, for sure. And I think, is it the only one that's locally here that's broadcasting everywhere? I know 102.3, everything is like remotely somewhere else.
Correct. Yeah, there's another radio station that called West Palm Beach their home, but their radio personalities aren't here.
Okay. So
yeah.
Y'all better get on beat, man. This the man of the city right there. That's the voice. And when y'all need something to be spreaded throughout the city, y'all need somebody to talk to, y'all need to get in contact with him so he can spread it through the airwaves so we can push to more people. With streaming coming along, everything being on your phone, people going on Apple, how do you feel like that would affect the radio in the next 5-10 years?
I believe that things like, TV, newspapers, radio, is going to go away at some point. Mainly because when it comes to radio, like you said, there are so many different platforms where you can stream music.
Yeah.
You want to hear,
what you want to
DJ Newmark, he has his channel. You want to hear the Funky Bunch, and so with radio, traditionally is you're like, man, I ain't feeling that song. So you browse to another channel. And that's why I'm saying, I think a lot of these, a lot of people just want to hear what they want to hear when they want to hear it, and don't really want to have the tolerance of hearing stuff
Yeah.
outside of that spectrum.
Yeah, because people have a very small group of what they listen to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking about that earlier when he came in. He said, bro, I just listened to the radio for the first time. What you said?
And I don't know how long.
And how long? And he said, bro, they playing the music. We was playing, we was in middle school.
In elementary school.
In elementary school.
Yeah.
And that's the
Like,
throwback.
That's the old school radio
That's the
station.
throwback. The Chris Brown that we was listening to, that's the throwback. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, so you was listening to 107.1?
Of course.
Okay.
I was scrolling through. I was like, I haven't listened. I was like, let me hit the little scan button.
That's perfect. That's perfect. It all plugged in. That's what you listening to. But yeah, we was talking about the radio, and that's the same thing I was telling him. I'm like, dang, bro, with streaming, even people making their own reactions, everything that's going on with the camera, everything is so live now.
That's right.
It's just, I don't know how long it can last. Even, like you said, newspapers. I don't see even the need for newspaper anymore.
No.
Everything's dying down, getting watered down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just changing shape.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think everything's just going to be online. So, like, I think we'll still have radio, but it'll just be like how iHeartRadio is in an app.
Sure.
You can just play whatever. And I think the things in radio that will survive are the personalities themselves. I think those are the things that'll carry it. So, like, when
The
you
DJ
listen to a
Newmark.
morning show, or like, because I'll be on TikTok and you'll be scrolling, and then videos that are going viral right now are people who just took the radio clip from like whatever and they're just playing that, but it's on TikTok.
Do you,
So you'll hear,
that
like,
do you do that?
You know, like the pranks and stuff.
Have
that
somebody
they used to
record
do,
some
like,
clips while you doing your thing right there, and next thing you know, it go viral on the TikTok.
y'all
Yeah,
like-
I'm behind.
We gonna catch you up.
I've been trying to tell him.
We gonna catch you up.
Do y'all have people that like call in and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
think that'd
yeah,
be perfect.
yeah.
Somebody record
Whenever
that,
they doing,
put it
like,
on TikTok, it'll go.
Just like
It'll go.
the Breakfast Club. It's just like that people don't listen to the Breakfast Club on the radio.
Right.
But they have a radio show. It's like people go on
YouTube,
YouTube
yeah.
and watch the videos.
Facts. Facts.
Whenever you needed somebody to be one of them guest speakers, put me on. I'm not gonna be the Charlemagne though. No shade. I don't want to get bullied, and I ain't bullying nobody on there. I ain't bullying nobody. Now you got your son here, man. You doing a lot of things. How many kids do you have? You don't mind me asking?
I got 4 total.
Four total. Being a father, bro, being able to set this platform, I just want to give you your flowers. You got your little man going to do his thing. Your other kids are probably doing great things also, bro.
Yeah, they're older.
And you're older. You paving the way in the game. How does it feel to be knowing that you making a legendary name for your kids?
It's funny because they don't look at me like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like Michael Jordan or any
they
other
don't
person. They don't look at their dad as that. And it's kind of funny because I was just talking to my wife about it on those occasions where DJ Newmark persona happens to be recognized or something of that nature, or I'm introducing myself to someone, my family's like, damn. You know, they really, you know, but you know, I create my own narrative. I don't care if they're there or not.
I'm sure I know what it is.
You know, I'm still going to push my brand because that's how I got to last, you know, over 4 decades. I have to be a salesman / politician / entertainer all at the same time in the name of good music. Or should I say throwback music?
Facts.
'Cause all music is good music. Yeah.
You creating that narrative for your family. I remember when I was growing up, that's why I said that. You maybe can take note. When I was growing up, bro, everybody knew my mom. So if I got in trouble, your mama wouldn't want you doing that. How you know what my mama want, bro? And now I'm older, bro, I want the same thing for my kids. 'Cause I got 2 sons. So now when I see people, you know, your daddy did so much good work, I ain't gonna let you get in trouble this time. Let me get you a little extra sugar cookie right here, a little extra piece. It's gonna go a long way. That last name gonna go a long way, bro. So that's why I said that, to give your flowers. So they know on camera.
That.
So y'all say that, clip
appreciate
it.
that.
And y'all get that for him in the Father's Day basket next year. Clip that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Clip
you know,
that.
he actually got me something that for my birthday that I thought was so unique and insightful. It is a book that's filled with open-ended questions so that I can tell my story based upon the questions. And it's going to be a keepsake that generations to come when you know, he has kids that he can show along with, you know, all the different 9 pages of Google stuff that's out there on me. But
The blueprint.
With what you just said, he's already thinking like that.
I like
and
that,
gave
bro.
me the best gift.
Telling you, man. Dads go a long way, bro. They gonna take you where you need to be. It's something that for your younger self that you want to tell your younger self coming up in the game that you could tell yourself now. What would it be?
Yeah, I mentioned this kind of regret earlier. I wish, and it's not even a younger self. I just wish that as the digital age, just like I was, my generation was the birth of hip hop. Your generation as millennial saw the birth of digital advancement.
Yeah, facts.
Different YouTubes and different platforms and things. I wish I would have gotten on board with my level of understanding with these things sooner. Because much like what we just talked about, there's a lot of footage and a lot of things that I didn't take advantage of capturing that are gone.
Facts.
And had I had that opportunity, then the different stories and stuff that we talked about would have been shown. So I got into the game late. Again, not to flex, but I got 150,000 whatever some followers, and that was since COVID.
Yeah.
When you look at all of my social media accounts, you'll see that they were established around that COVID time.
You coming in the game, yeah.
So had I done all this back in the MySpace and all that kind of, I didn't even really was messing with MySpace. Who knows where my brand could have been today in 2025. So that's the one thing that, and here's another thing with the technology thing.
Yeah.
I DJ with turntables, man.
You still into it?
I DJ, this is my camera, right? I DJ with turntables. I don't use a controller. Not that there's anything wrong with controllers. I wish I had a controller. It's easy. Just plug and play and walk out. Where I got to mess with these turntables, their crates and all this kind of stuff. But the problem is, that's not who I am. I started off with those Newmarks, and I feel dedicated to the feel and the artistry of what DJs were.
We're gonna get that on camera one day. We're gonna get you doing a live set on camera one day. You can teach me. That'd be a perfect episode, matter of fact.
They do that on YouTube.
They do that. Okay. We can do that on TikTok Live and go crazy. We might go a mill.
Okay.
Just set up a couple cameras on a tripod and just go. You could even just live stream it and just be DJing for like an hour or two. I know a lot of people who do that. I'll be scrolling on TikTok and you'll just see 3, 4, 5, 6 DJs just acting like they at a party.
We
gonna have a whole networking meeting after this, and we gonna get DJ Newart.
There you go. Maybe who knows?
On the TikTok, millions, because once he hit it, millions of throwbacks. They'll go crazy. They'll go crazy.
And that kind of goes back to what I was saying. There are some DJs or entertainers that just feel that there's some kind of age limit, some kind of cap. And I just want everyone to understand, as long as you're creating your own narrative, sure, there are things that I would say are more appropriate, meaning music is generational, right? So it would not be so appropriate if I, at 54, was trying to play some of the stuff that the newer people was. And with that being said, I don't even try to keep up. I couldn't even name you the hottest 5 newer, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So I stay in my lane, I stay with my generation. So even when I'm 70, if I have the energy and I have the will, guess what? I'm going to be DJing to the other 70-year-olds. Hopefully, those 70-year-olds taught their kids about their music, and those kids taught them Gen Zs
about that music.
And so I'll have a sprinkle of them there.
And enjoying it.
And enjoying it. But, I almost made a Diddy reference. Can't stop, won't stop. But,
it's okay. They're going to get it. But on top of everything, my man got his own merch going on. DJ Newart gave me the legendary Throwback King official tee. Let them know where they can find it at this YouTube. Boom, that's the image right there.
Yeah.
Throwback music is the best music. I kind of agree. 50-50 right now. Raw Wave is right there with that.
Look, man, every generation is gonna say that music was the best music. I remember when hip hop came out. You know, my dad was like, "Man, you might put on some Four Tops or some Temptations. What's this hippity hoppity stuff?" You know, I get it. You know, and that's really another reason why I will never say that today's music is trash. Right?
Like
You don't see that. I'll just say, in my opinion, what's best. But again, I got respect for all music.
All artists, everything.
All artists, all music. As long as you're just trying to entertain, which is the big thing, and do something bigger than yourself.
That's what we at.
And so, yeah, you can get my merch on my website, DJNewmark.com.
DJNewmark.com. And what can they follow you at when they follow in the movement?
So, I have to explain it like this.
Yes.
I have a social media team. And because, you know, with all the different media outlets, it's hard for one person to try to stay, you know, active on that. So the one platform that I rock with personally is Instagram.
Yes.
Now, if you reach out, because you're not rocking with Instagram, you got, you know, whatever, you can still reach me there. But if you're sending me a message, it may not get to me personally.
So hit them up on IG, man.
So if you got IG, you definitely interact with me. No one else got it's exclusive. No one else has passwords or whatever to that.
Just you.
And I'll just say I look forward to talking with people. And that's my thing. As while I'm here, I want to impart, you know, knowledge and wisdom to the culture. It's all about the culture. It ain't about DJ Newmark. It ain't about throwbacks and nothing. It's just about the culture.
Pouring into the culture.
The culture of hip hop, rap, R&B, soca, whatever the music is, rock. You know, I even got country folks that you know reach out to me.
I like that.
And that's what it's all
Very
about.
versatile.
That's what it's all about. Man. It's about the music.
Man.
Music is global. And again, I appreciate, you know, CYON, you know, allowing me to create and talk about my narrative. I'm a big fan of the channel. Best believe that. And y'all make sure y'all support, man, for real. Support.
And we're going to have something special for y'all coming. I got an idea. We're going to get to that.
You know what? I'll say this too. If you hit me up, especially on Instagram, right, and you tell me you're interested in any shirt that you see, all you got to do is I post pictures of people wearing the shirts, right? You just click on a shirt that you like. It'll automatically send me a DM. You mention this channel, and I'm going to give you a discount.
Clip that.
CYON. You mention CYON, you're going to get a discount.
You're showing love, man. What's the at?
At DJ Newmark.
Yeah, we're going to put that on the thing so we can, boom, they can just see it. All right, man. Anything else you want to let the people know before we sign out?
Man, love, peace, and hair grease. Y'all see me on the street, tap in, man. Holla at your boy. It's all good. But leave that negative stuff behind, man. I don't do all that. I'm too old.
That was good. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on the radio 107.1. Lock in for the Throwback King. We out, man. CYON. Let's go.
Shout out to the Funky Bunch. Scotty G,
Funky
HB,
Bunch.
and Terry. World famous, baby. Keep your eyes on us.
Grammy nominated. Y'all don't even know that. We ain't even get into that because we was going to say that for the next interview. Grammy nominated, man. So he doing big things. Love, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Always.
Appreciate you.
TR.